Question. A foreign friend of mine has just become a Muslim. What should we teach him before all else? Answer. First of all, you must teach him iman. That is, you must teach him Allahu Ta'ala, his attributes, Hadrat Muhammad's being his prophet, the 6 pillars of faith, and then the 5 fundamentals of Islam. After teaching the foregoing, you should help him perform salat because it is stated in a hadith-i sharif. When you are sent on a mission to a tribe whose people are Ahl-i Kitab, the people of the book, firstly invite them to say, La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasul-Allah. If they accept your invitation, notify them that it is fard to perform salat 5 times a day. If they also accept this, tell them Allah has made zakat fard, which is taken from the rich and given to the poor. Bukhari, Muslim, Abu Dawud. In the above-mentioned hadith-i sharif, belief in Allah as well as confirmation of His Prophet takes priority over others. A person who does not confirm the Prophet of Allah is not a mu'min or Muslim. Question. Is it necessary for a person who has just become a Muslim, or for a child who has reached the age of discretion and puberty, to say the kalima-i shahadat first, to learn its meaning, and to believe in it? Answer: yes, it is necessary. Afterwards, they have to learn and believe in the creed written in the books of Ahl as Sunnat scholars. Following this, they have to learn rules pertaining to practices from the books of any of the 4 righteous madhabs. That is, they have to learn and believe in the 5 fundamentals of Islam and halal, permitted and haram, prohibited things, and lead a life accordingly. If one does not believe that it is necessary to learn and to live up to them, and if one does not consider them important, one becomes a renegade. In other words, after becoming a Muslim by saying the kalima-i shahadat, one becomes a disbeliever yet again. If a Muslim girl with nikah, marriage contract as prescribed by Islam, does not know Islam when she reaches puberty, her nikah becomes void. She becomes a renegade. The attributes of Allahu Ta'ala must be told to her, and she must repeat them and say, I believe in them. Durul Mukhtar. In explaining this, Hadrat Ibn Abidin states, if the girl is little, she belongs in her parents' faith. She is a Muslim. When she reaches puberty, she does not belong to her parents' faith any longer. If she reaches puberty being unaware of Islam, she becomes a renegade. Even if he who has heard of the creed of Islam but has not believed in it utters the kalimat at-tawheed, La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasul-Allah, he is not ruled to be Muslim. A person who believes the 6 pillars expressed in amantu billahi and who says, I accept the commandments and prohibitions of Allahu Ta'ala is a Muslim. Muslims must do their best to get their children to memorize the amantu and must teach them its meaning precisely. If children do not learn the 6 pillars of belief and do not utter their faith in them, they are not Muslims, but renegades when they reach puberty. It does not suffice to say, I believe in Allah. One who has denied any of the 6 pillars of belief, e.g. faith in Qadar, becomes a disbeliever, and all of one's good deeds perish. Radul Mukhtar. Question. If a disbeliever says, bury me in accordance with the rules of Islam, can we consider that person a Muslim? Answer. No, you cannot. If that person says the kalima-i shahadat, or its meaning, then you can. Question. I have just become a Muslim. I do not have enough knowledge of religious practices. I am learning everything from scratch. Therefore, I do not know in detail acts and statements that cause disbelief. If I unknowingly say or do something that is a sign of disbelief, what will be then? If I do it without knowing, will I lose my iman belief? Answer: no, you do not lose your iman. A person who has become a Muslim in such a country as Poland cannot know all things that cause disbelief. As that person cannot know all things, we should not say, you have become a disbeliever. What to do then? It will be enough to say, I believe Allahu Ta'ala and His Messenger, and I believe, love, and accept all the messages He, the Prophet alayhi salam, brought from Allahu Ta'ala. I love the friends of Allahu Ta'ala and of His Messenger, and I hate their enemies. A person who feels uncertain about something conveyed by our religion must say, I believe whatever Allahu Ta'ala and His Messenger mean by this. Importance of sajda question. If a non-Muslim performs sajda-i tilawa after listening to an ayah requiring sajda, is he/she ruled to be a Muslim? Answer yes. It can be inferred that he/she has converted to Islam. Bazaziyah, Ibn Abidin. Likewise, a person who performs salats in jama'at is ruled to be a Muslim because salats in the religions before Islam used to be performed individually, not in jama'at. Islam ahlaka. In our religion, as the ruling is according to WW,